We are here to do your channel messages and what I see for your star sign in each month. Now, if you do like this content, remember to click the bell. And also we do have a brand new edition, which is the Romance Zone. So stay tuned for that. I will be bringing those channel messages with the tarot live by mid-month. So if you do wish this content ahead of the game, you can join a YouTube membership where I pre-release these a week ahead. Take care, and let's have a look at what I see for your zodiac sign this month. Capricorn, welcome back. Hi, beautifuls. Let's have a look at your read. I think many of you are ready for a brand new chapter. Let's get straight into your read. It's looking pretty interesting. Look, you guys have had it pretty tough lately, and especially be it you're in a relationship or, you know, you're tuning into a direct individual. We're going to have a look at your energy and how you can directly navigate your romance zone mid-month moving into March. Now, I do particularly feel this is a very intense point in your life individually, because we are going through a transitional change. And many of you at an intuitive level, I feel you're feeling this pending change, especially in your love zone, and circumstances around you. I feel like it's almost this notion of eye of the storm. I feel some of you are feeling a little bit cursed, okay? It's almost like, is anything going to go right? I feel you showing up. I feel that you're trying to be as grounded as possible, but there has been a lot of adversity around you. So directly inside of romantic connections or even viewing romantic connections, some of you have just really been feeling ever so bothered by the frequency of changes in your own life that you're kind of wondering, when is good luck going to rain? Yeah, I'm hearing the term a chain of very unfortunate events. Some of you could really be also very separately looking at things with a critical eye and saying, look, do I really want to go in my angel's feather? It's almost like this pressure point's coming. This can be a passionate exchange. This can be a feeling as though the pressure point's coming up. And I do feel, you know, really in trying to make a judgment, I feel it's almost like you feel that it's a losing battle, even though subconsciously I feel this is more to do with an external situation than the direct romantic connection. Some of you are really feeling it's like, look, you know, when things are going down, you really want to have somebody that you can really depend on in your corner. Somebody that you don't have to look over your shoulder and worry that maybe they're not doing the right thing. I do feel you've, like I said, Dales, I feel you've had some trials and tribulations. Some of you could be hearing from people of the past. Some of you feel, you know, a lot of the dramas from the past are resurfacing. I feel, you know, your empathy zone has reached its threshold. I feel it has aided you in maturing. I do feel there's some people around you that potentially you feel don't quite know what you're going through. They have an immature view of the circumstance. I feel you're selective about who you tell your most intimate details to. Some of you are feeling it takes two to tango, which is very true. There's a lot of opinions here. I feel you got three direct situations going on. I feel there's people involving themselves with an opinion. I think you're trying to be rational in the circumstance. I think you have a great sense of self-awareness. It's almost like you're saying, look, what does a traditional commitment look like? I think you're really pushing that buck where it comes to that. And I don't think that's a bad thing. That's a compliment. It feels as though you're looking outside the box. Okay, is there a different way I can achieve my plans? Is there a different way I could view this? For some of you, there could be a circumstance that you're looking back at your previous connections and thinking, gosh, you know, you're really requiring a whole lot more than what you got before. This has evolved you. This has made you grow. You have a more realistic and practical approach to love with the heart and mind. I don't feel you discounting the heart. Some of you could be hearing gossip through the grapevine. This also can be pertaining to a love interest of the past. This could have been a person that did hurt you. You knew it was going to come through. You knew it was going to be sifted through the grapevine. I think you're kind of hoping that they've resolved some of their baggage. You know, so to a degree, I feel you're protecting yourself. If this is a current relationship you're in, again, I do feel there's something to do with the benchmark of what you will and won't put up with. I feel there's a friend coming in and they're sort of a little bit worried about you. It may be instinctual. It could be that they haven't heard from you in a while and they reach out, but I do feel this is quite a kindred soul. I feel to a degree it's like you don't want to talk to anybody right now because the tension is so high that you just need some space to gain perspective. I don't feel it's that you don't trust your path moving forward. I feel there could be a money matter that needs addressing. And you could be waiting also on some paperwork. But you're definitely wanting somebody to be more fair when it does come to the give and take inside a relationship. I feel you really need to take a little bit of time and not be so hard on yourself in the next few weeks. This can be a really challenging time for you. I do feel you're finding that I'm hearing the term bad luck. Try to tune out of that. It may have been very, very true. It may have been. You have had a chain of very unfortunate events where it comes to love, where it comes to circumstances, and it's kind of grinding you down. You know, some of you are feeling, look, I really just want to get out there and I want to, let my hair down, but you're so fatigued from it. You just think, look, I just want to, it's almost like you're burning the candle at both ends for a given outcome. And then you feel once you address some of these things that are quite personal, it's then that you feel you can actually have that kind of good outcome. Something's on your shoulders though, and I think you're being too hard on yourself. I do think there's another way. I do feel you're going to have a message from a spirit guide that's coming through. Something's going to be given to you. I feel as though you're defending your turf, defending what you want and what you desire. I really feel there is a deep possibility here in the mix where if you're getting really low, take a bit of a break, get some extra rest, try to know your limits because I feel it's tapping into your psyche. This isn't your natural demeanor coming through. It really does match the astrology, to be perfectly honest. To come through and look at our zodiacs for March, your zodiac sign in particular does have some huge changes. I do see a lot of shadow work coming through in these cards, but you're ending the old cycle beautiful. So there is these challenges that you're looking at. There's frequencies of feelings of, when is something going to go my way? And I really do think it's on its way. I do feel some of you are going to get gossip to do with this individual. You've got to take it with a grain of straw. I feel ultimately you're going to be more sensitive. I do feel this romantic interest, be it you're with this person or it is somebody directly you're tuning into. What's coming up in the ethers is three things. One, those of you in a relationship, there are some troubles here. There's some trials and tribulations you're addressing. Some of you can be on the cusp. It's like, look, do I want to do this anymore? Don't I? The other pocket of you, and I feel this is more those of you tuning into a direct individual, not necessarily in the relationship, I feel you're just looking back and you're saying, geez, I've had a gob full of rubbish. I've had a lot of dramas. I'm being the feminine and the masculine side of my life. I want to have some fun, but I've had to be super serious. And I think the cycle, all that hard yards you've done, I feel it's going to pay off in the long run. Now, the other thing is, at a very separate level, I feel there's something very personal going on inside of your life. And I do feel your guides, this could be a loved one that's transcended over, they're coming in to give you a hand. I do feel there's a happy outcome. Some of you could be questioning, especially if there's kind of a conflicting situation in a romantic zone. If there are tension and integrity and all the rest of it is for you. So there can be a little bit of insecurities coming up. I do feel because the cup is depleted, it's physically showing up in a physical reality. So what my guides are showing me is, number one, the need to rest. I'm seeing the Ten of Swords in your foundation. There's a brand new beginning here. The old notion, and it's an old saying, which is probably really outdated in this modern society. It's not over till the fat lady sings. That was a very, very old kind of saying. And I just get this feeling that some of you are so at the end of your tether. You're like, where is my bliss? Where's my happiness? Where's my fruit at the end of this outcome? And I do think it's really at your door. But I do particularly feel it's a time where, really needing to be practical. A lot of us can be up in our heads, especially moving into Valentine's Day. Some of these humanistic things that we create, sometimes I think it adds extra pressure on us. And I do feel you at a very separate level to romance have had an awful lot going on. And where this zone is coming to, it's almost like I get this revenge body coming through. This power frequency, but initially there's a little bit of a bump in the road. And I do feel you just don't want to hear anyone's white noise. I do feel you're going to step back. There could be a bit of a conundrum here with romantic interest. I feel the creases can be ironed out. I do feel there can be some information coming through. And I definitely feel a very transparent conversation. And this could be because you're a bit down or frustrated by the status quo. Love and light. I will see you for your psychic messages for the beginning of March. If you want those ahead of the crowd, you can jump through into our members zone, which does have a whole lot of other perks other than pre-release content. So go and have a look. Otherwise, I'll see you in March, beautifuls.